Hi, hello, good morning, everybody. Let's begin today's session. In this session, biology, important NEET and KCET multiple choice questions I would like to discuss in this session. Chapter number 2, that is biological classification. So, this video is only meant for exclusive NEET coaching in online session. So, now I would like to move the today's session. In that session, we'll discuss some important multiple choice questions. Okay, so see, you can see the first question. Okay, this is the first question. So three kingdom of classification term is given by. Three kingdom of classification given by. The first one is Haeckel. So first we shall know about the Haeckel. What is the contribution of the Haeckel? So that is Haeckel. So we can see the solution of this question. Okay. So first option, that is Haeckel. He is one of the German investigator. German investigator. He is one of the German investigator. This Haeckel proposed. Haeckel proposed three kingdom of classification. Three kingdom of classification. Right. So here the question will be asked three kingdom of classification. The term is given by, as we are already discussed here, the Haeckel. The Haeckel is a German investigator. So Haeckel will be proposed the three kingdom of classification. Then what about Linnaeus? So as we all know that Linnaeus is nothing but a father of modern taxonomy. Okay, modern taxonomy. Father of modern taxonomy. Next, Whittaker, R.H. Whittaker, five kingdom of classification. He gave the five kingdom of classification. Five kingdom of classification. As we all know that. So you people are very familiar with that word, that is R.H. Whittaker. He gave the five kingdom of classification. Next, Bentham and Hooker. So we shall discuss about the Bentham and Hooker. He is one of the scientists, especially he worked on seeded plants. Seeded plants. Seeded plants. And genera of plantarum. He written one book. So that is genera of plantarum. Right. So here, this is a contribution of the scientist, that is nothing but a Bentham and Hooker. So in order that he is not given any kind of three kingdom of classification, even though R.H. Whittaker is also not given any kind of three kingdom of classification. Even Linnaeus is not given three kingdom of classification. The Haeckel, so that is the not only he is a Haeckel, so he is a well-known scientist, that is Ernst, E-R-N-S-T, Ernst Haeckel. Full name of the Haeckel is Heckel. Haeckel. The Ernst Haeckel is a scientist. He gave the three kingdom of classification for that region. So this is a correct option for this question. Now I would like to move on another question. So see, okay, this is the second question. So the classification of organisms based on evolutionary, as well as genetic relationship, evolutionary as well as basic relationship. We are going to call it as so what kind of systematics means what kind of evolutionary what kind of classification it is. Okay, so they have given four different options. One is biosystematics and phonetics and numerical taxonomy and cladistics, right? So we shall see one by one. Okay, so first option A, biosystematics. The biosystematics is related to the evolutionary relationship. So here we are going to consider evolutionary evolutionary relationship. Evolutionary relationship. Okay. So then another one we are going to call it as that is a phonetics. The phonetics is nothing but overall similarities. Okay, we are going to consider here overall similarities. So based on the overall similarities, especially we are going to take especially in phonetics. So then numerical taxonomy. So the numerical taxonomy here, grouping by numerical method. So the organisms we are going to grouping by numerical method. Numerical method. The numerical method is nothing but based on the number of characters or some other. So next, closer analysis. Closer analysis, especially in case of this particular numerical taxonomy. So here they are not given any kind of evolutionary as well as a genetic relationship, but evolutionary will be given here only. But there is no mentioning any kind of genetic relationship. So in order to that, the first is not a correct option for this question, even though B is not option, C is also not option. So last one is that is a D1, cladistics. So what do you mean by the cladistics? That we shall discuss here. The cladistics is different criteria. Based on this criteria, so the cladistics is nothing but one kind of classification in which we are going to take history, evolutionary history of relationship between evolutionary evolutionary history, the relationship between genetic genetic relationship. Okay, so so the cladistics is closely related to this particular both the characters, evolutionary characters as well as the genetic relationship characters. So in order to that, so here the one kind of systematic classification, the classification of organisms is based on the evolutionary as well as the genetic relationship is called cladistics. So here why we are going to call it as a cladistic is a correct option because of the evolutionary history as well as the relationship between the genetic relation also they are going to consider during the time of classification. So in order to that, cladistics is a correct option, phonetics is wrong, biosystematics is wrong, numerical is wrong. So this is a correct option. Option D is a correct option for this second question. So now I would like to move on another question that is, you can see. So now I would like to move on second question. So here they have given five kingdom of classification. So I think all of you know that. So you are so familiar with that particular one. So five kingdom of classification. Whenever we will talk about the five kingdom of classification, easily uh, will strike on a scientist name called that is nothing but R.H. Whitaker. So here they are not given any kind of completely RH Whittaker. So for this 5 kingdom of classification will be given by this particular RH Whittaker, not Haeckel. So just we are discussed about the Haeckel. Haeckel is nothing but a German scientist, and also Copeland is not a scientist. He is not given 5 kingdom of classification. So he is also not given 5 kingdom of classification. So option D is the correct option for this third question. Okay. So this is RH Whittaker is the correct option for this question. Now I would like to move on another question. See, you can see here. Very easy. Okay. So this is a fourth question. It may appear on your screen directly. So according to the 5 kingdom of classification, the unicellular non-nucleated organisms are placed in. Okay. So you can see here what the question is asked here. So better you have to understand the first question. So you can read 1 or 2 times that question. You will come to know. Each and everyone will know the answer, but the way of questioning is different now. So you are unable to understand sometimes the question. So in order to that, you may pick the wrong answer sometimes. Okay. So in order to that, I am kindly suggesting to you all. So better you have to read 1 or 2 times the question. Then later you will come to know that idea of that question, what they have asked clearly, exactly. Then later we can able to find the correct option for this question. Okay, right? So here you can see that we shall discuss about the according to the 5 kingdom of classification, the unicellular and non-nucleated. When we are going to see the unicellular, so what do you mean by the unicellular? The organisms which are made up of only one cell, right? So that is we are going to call it as unicellular. Non-nucleated means what? Non-nucleated. So non-nucleated means completely unnucleated in condition, means absence of nucleus. Absence of nucleus condition. So where the absence of nucleus condition we can able to see means a non-nucleated, means absence of nucleated organisms. Especially the nucleate will be absent in case of nucleate will be absent in case of particular organisms. So they are nothing but a, you can see, non-nucleated unicellular. They have no cell wall, no membrane bounded cell organelles. So especially in case of, while we are going to talk about the monerans, monera, in 5 kingdom of classification, it is a one kingdom. Just you have to remember 5 kingdom of classification. Among 5 kingdom of classification, monera is also one of the kingdom. So even the Protista is also one of the kingdom. So Animalia is also one of the kingdom, and also plant is also one of the kingdom. Just you have to remember. So in all these are the uninucleated. So among these are uninucleated and also nucleated organisms are present, except this Monera. Because why the Monera will not having a nucleated organism, and also the cell organelles will not present, because of, in case of monerans, the 5 kingdom of classification, they give separate character, uh, non-nucleated unicellular. So these monerans will be having a non-nucleated organisms. They have a, they have no membrane bounded cell organelles. They have no membrane bounded cell organelles. They have no membrane bounded cell organelles or true nucleus. Okay, or true nucleus. So of course, this is a correct which is related to the monerans. So why? Because of this is a correct for this monerans, because of in case of protista, next to animalia, next to plantae. These are all the which are included in eukaryotic, right? Eukaryotic means presence of true nuclear membrane. So, but only that monera is a prokaryotic in nature. Prokaryotic. Why it is a prokaryotic? Because of there is no well-developed nuclear membrane, means absence of true nuclear membrane. So in order to that, we are going to call it as prokaryotic in nature. So for that reason, so for the fourth question, option C is the correct option for this question. This is a wrong, this is a wrong, this is a wrong. Because of in case of Monera, the unicellular, so almost these are the unicellular in that particular kingdom, the Monera. So almost they are the unicellular in nature, and also non-nucleated organisms are placed in case of that particular Monera. For that reason, for the fourth question, option C is the correct option for this question. Okay. So now I would like to move on another question. You can see here a system of classification in which a large number of traits are considered is large number of traits. So here they are asking in which system of classification. So how many number of traits means characters which we are going to consider. So you can see here the traits. What do you mean by the trait? The trait is nothing but a just now I would like to solve this question first. Trait. Traits are nothing but a character. Characters. Okay. So just you have to remember the traits. So here they have given four options. Option A is a natural system. Another one is B is artificial system. C is a synthetic system. Next D is a phylogenetic system of classification. Phylogenetic system. So you can see four options. Among those four options, artificial system of classification, and first we shall see the artificial system of classification, that is B. We can see that artificial system of classification. We can see in that artificial system of classification, they will consider two characters. Based on these two characters, they will be classified, especially in artificial system of classification. So one is vegetative character, another one is sexual traits, by considering of these two characters, mainly artificial uh, system of classification will be takes place. Next one is phylogenetic system of classification. So what do you mean by the phylogenetic system of classification? Phylogenetic system of classification. So in that phylogenetic system of classification, so what kind of characters they will take, that we shall see here. So phylogenetic system of classification, evolutionary history based on evolutionary history. Based on this character, based on the evolutionary history, we are going to make the classification, that is a phylogenetic system of classification. During the time of phylogenetic system of classification, they will consider evolutionary history. Okay. So in the same manner, next we shall see the synthetic system of classification. So where in the option C, synthetic system of classification, synthetic system. In that synthetic system of classification, what kind of characters they will be considered? What kind of traits will be considered? So here we can see the synthetic system, vegetative as well as sexual, which is closely related to the artificial one. Just you have to remember. So that is nothing but a vegetative characters as well as sexual type of characters, they will be considered here. There are two different characters will be considered, which is similar to the artificial system of classification. So but whenever we are going to discuss about the natural system of classification, so whenever we are going to discuss about the natural system of classification, so what kind of characters they will be considered here, that we are going to see here. The first one is morphological characters. As we all know that morphological means external characters, we are going to consider here. So next one is anatomical characters. And then third one is anatomical character also, they will be considered during the time of this natural system of classification. So next one is cytochemistry. Next, the fourth one is biochemistry. Even though they will consider biochemical, based on the biochemical chemicals also, they will classify the natural system of classification. Next, ontogeny. Next, sixth one, similar and also based on the similar, dissimilar. Based on the similar and also dissimilar. So here the maximum characters, whenever we are going to see the artificial system of classification, only the two characters. Phylogenetic system of classification, only one character. In the synthetic system of classification, only the two characters, here two, here two, here two. Whereas in case of natural system of classification, maximum number of means more number of traits are considered during the time of natural system of classification. In order to that, the fifth question, for this fifth question, option A is a correct option for this question. Because of whereas in case of natural system of classification, during the time of natural system of classification, they will consider some kind of traits. Those traits are nothing but a characters. So during the time of classification, they will consider some kind of characters like morphological character, anatomical character, cytochemical character, and also biochemical characters, ontogeny, and also similar and dissimilar. Based on these characters, they will be classified, especially in case of a natural system of classification, not in case of artificial, not in case of phylogenetic system, so not in case of synthetic system. So large number of traits are considered, especially in natural system of classification. Now I would like to move on another question, that is, see, phylogenetic classification is one which based on, so as we are already discussed about this particular one, see, they have given four options: overall similarities, habits of plant, and utilitarian system, and also common evolutionary descent, right? So we can see that solution of this particular question. Okay, see, phylogenetic system of classification, phylogenetic, as we are already discussed in a previous question, right? So you are also familiar with that. So here the classification of organisms, the classification of the organisms, especially in the phylogenetic system of classification, just as I already discussed in a previous question. So based on the evolutionary history, evolutionary history, right? When we are going to see this particular phylogenetic evolutionary history. So here the classifying of organisms based on the evolutionary history, here, in order to that, the common evolutionary descent is a correct option for this question, not utilitarian system, not habitat plant, overall similarities. Phylogenetic system is mainly classified based on the evolutionary and also evolutionary history. So in order to that, common evolutionary descent is a correct option for this question. Okay. Now I would like to move on another question. See, let me appear on your screen that directly. So, seventh question. What do we call a proteinaceous particle? What do we call a proteinaceous particle that can replicate inside the host cell and cause a disease? Proteinaceous. Proteinaceous particle. So, prions, so-called prions, especially, I would like to discuss here the solution of this question. Okay. Uh, the prions, so-called, they are proteinaceous and also infectious particles. Prions. Okay. Prions are nothing but a proteinaceous, 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 and infectious particle. Infectious particle, right? So here they are usually smaller than the usually smaller than the virus particle. Smaller than the virus. You have to remember. So these prions and also these particles are very smaller than the virus. Usually the viruses are the very smaller because of semi-microscopic. But even though these are very smaller than the viruses, you have to imagine how they are very smaller. So that contain no nucleic acid. They are not having any kind of nucleic acid. There is no nucleic acids, especially in this particular one. Nucleic acids, no nucleic acids, especially in these organisms. Either it is DNA or RNA. So there is no any kind of DNA or also RNA. So because of prions are nothing but a proteinaceous and also proteinaceous particle, and also they can replicate inside the host. So even though these prions will cause in the human beings also, they will cause some kind of diseases, especially in humans, which is related to the brain diseases, means brain related, means memory loss, and also some other related diseases will cause this particular proteinaceous particles. They will replicate inside the host cell and cause the disease. They are nothing but a prions. Just you have to remember, not a viral, not a viral, not a phage. Just you have to remember, this is the correct option for this seventh question. Now I would like to move on another question. See, the system for classification of seed plants proposed by which of these two botanists is claimed to natural system. So they are asking two scientists. As we all know that the seeded, okay. So you people are very familiar now, as already I was discussed in a previous questions. So seeded plants, the seeded plants are related to the Bentham and Hooker, right? Okay. So here they have given four options: Engler and part, and part, next Bentham and Hooker, next Aristotle and Theophrastus, and Darwin and also Wallace. Okay. So here Bentham and Hooker is a correct option for this question. Okay, as you people are very familiar with that Bentham and Hooker, because of they are worked on seeded plants. Even though this Bentham and Hooker will be given one uh, genera of plantarum, one book also they are written especially for that particular seeded plants. So next, the system of classification of plants proposed by the Bentham and Hooker. So that is a natural system. As we all know that the Bentham is a correct option. Bentham and Hooker is a correct option for this question. The Darwin Wallace is wrong. Aristotle and Theophrastus is wrong. Next, Anglan part is nothing but a wrong option for this question. Okay, for the eighth question, option B is the correct option for this question. Okay, so now I would like to move on another question. Okay, you can see that. See, ninth question. Study of following table carefully and select the correct option 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, they have given four options. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that, we need to choose any one of the correct option for that particular one. Okay. So you can see that. You can see here. Monera, Protista, fungi, and one minute. Okay. So they have given the characters, cell type, especially in five kingdom of classification means totally they have given five kingdom: Monera, Protista, and fungi, and also Plantae. Here you can see that. So here they have given Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and also Animalia. So they have given characters like cell type, or what type of cell type in the Monera and Protista and fungi and Plantae and Animalia. Next, cell wall. What kind of wall will be there, especially in Monera and Protista, and present and absent, especially in the particular organism. And last one is nuclear membrane and also body organization. We can see here. So now we shall see the particular one. The cell type of in Monera. The cell type of in Monera. So that is usually in case of Monera, whether it is a prokaryotic or eukaryotic. So here you can see that prokaryotic in nature. Prokaryotic. Because of in case of as we are already discussed in a previous question, right? In case of monerans, all are prokaryotic and also unicellular organisms, because of there is no nuclear membrane in case of this particular monerans, right? So next one is the cell wall in case of Monera. The cell wall of in case of monerans, the cell wall is present. The cell wall is present here. Next, third one, the nuclear membrane, especially in case of eukaryotic organisms. The nuclear membrane, the fungi. In the Animalia, the nuclear membrane is present. Here, the nuclear membrane is present. So here also the nuclear membrane is present. Nuclear membrane they have asked here. So next we shall discuss about the fungi. So in kingdom fungi, the body organization is present. Okay, the body organization is present. Okay, so here we can match here. They have given 1, 2, 3, 4 options, so we can able to see that particular one. The first one is prokaryotic in nature. So here also prokaryotic in nature. So here also prokaryotic in nature, not eukaryotic. This is wrong. This is wrong. So so we shall match remaining character also. The second one is absent here. This is a wrong. So this is a correct. So this is also correct. So next one is third one. Third one is also present here. So next last fourth one. The fourth one is nothing but usually in case of fungi, the body organization is multicellular in condition. Okay, multicellular. So here also multicellular. This body is completely made up of so many number of cells. So it is also multicellular. So in order to that, correct option B is a correct option for this question. This is a wrong. This is a wrong option. This is a wrong option. So in order to that, option B is the correct option for this question. Okay. Now I'd like to move on another question. So this is another question. Diagram based question. You can see the diagram very carefully and also have to choose the correct option for this question. So option A, B, C, D. They have given even the below that also they have given 4 options. A is nothing but a as we all know that as we are already familiar with that particular one, bacilli. It is nothing but a bacilli. So next the C is nothing. B is nothing but a spirilla. Spirilla. It is nothing but a spirilla. So next it is nothing but a comma shaped. We are going to call it as vibrio. Vibrio. Next round shaped structure means a spherical shaped structure. We are going to call it as cocci. So So based on the characters, based on the shape of the the bacteria we are going to name in a different types. That is Bacilli, Spirilla, Vibrio, Cocci. So these are the different shapes of bacteria. So here the Bacilli, this is a correct for this here. So even though they have given this option also. So next Spirilla. So in both they have given. So next to Vibrio, C is a Vibrio. So this is a wrong. Next to C is a Cocci. Vibrio is a wrong. Okay. For that reason, option C is the correct option for this question. Okay, I would like to move on another question. You can see 11th question. Which of the following groups of the organisms have a protein-rich layer called pellicle? So in which organisms will be having a protein-rich layer? Okay, that we shall discuss especially in this solution. So here you can see first I'd like to see that particular chrysophytes. First we shall see about the chrysophytes. So in case of this particular protistans, they are the eukaryotic organisms. So they are nothing but a chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and also euglenoids will be in kingdom Protista. Among that, so now I would like to discuss especially in that protein-rich layer pellicle cord. Okay. So now we shall discuss about the chrysophytes. What do you mean by the chrysophytes? So they are cell wall. In case of chrysophytes, the cell wall is made up of cell wall made up of silica, especially in this particular chrysophytes, diatoms. The diatom is the best example for this question. This chrysophytes, in that layer is completely made up of silica. They are nothing but a golden algae. Just you have to remember, the golden algae is nothing but it's a kind of golden algae or the diatom. Just you have to remember. So in this chrysophytes, we are going to see the diatoms. The diatoms are made up of the silica. So that is nothing but a chrysophytes. So next, this is not a correct option for that question because of the silica. Silica is present here. The next one is another, we are going to call it as euglenoids. So whereas in case of euglenoids, the euglena, so as you all know that, as you are already familiar with that euglena, so that will be having one flagella. In that euglena, flagella will be present. That will be completely made up of a pellicle. It will be completely made up of the pellicle. So that is nothing but euglenoids. So in order to that, the euglenoids is a correct option because of the protein-rich layer pellicle they asked here. So in order to that, this is a correct option. Then we shall discuss about the dinoflagellates also. So what do you mean by the dinoflagellates? So we shall discuss about the dinoflagellates. We shall see about the dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates means di means usually we are going to call it as two types of unequal sized flagella. Unequal sized. Two different types of unequal sized flagella. That is nothing but a dinoflagellates. So here, this is a wrong option for this question. So even though this is a wrong, the euglenoid is the correct option for this question. So now I would like to move on another question. So you can see here. Bacteria with a tuft flagella at only one end is called. So bacteria with a tuft. You can see the solution of for this question. Okay. Bacteria with a tuft flagella at only one end, not two ends. Okay. We shall discuss one by one, one by one. They have given amphitrachus, peritrachus, atrachus, lopotrachus. Okay, we shall see that. Amphitrachus. Amphitrachus. So whereas in case of this amphitrachus, single or multiple flagella, single or multiple flagella, many flagella extend from two ends of the cell. Okay, two ends of the cell means ends of the cell means amphi means both two ends of the cell. For example, if any one of the bacteria will be there, that is nothing but two ends. Means amphi in both the sides will be flagella will be present. This is a flagella. This is a flagella. You have to imagine. So, for example, this is a flagella. So this is a one side. This is another side. Amphi means two sides. Okay. So next one is B. Peritrachus. So what do you mean by the peri? Peri means side. So multiple flagella randomly distributed entire the bacterial cell. Entire bacterial cell, the randomly distributed. For example, like this. Okay. So entirely distributed. Peritrachus means surrounding. Okay. So next one is C. Atrachus, completely absent. Atrachus means absence of flagella. Absent of flagella. For example, if any one of the body will be there, there is no any kind of flagella, that we are going to call it as atrachus. So atrachus means A means absent. Absent of trichus means the flagella is completely absent. Lopotrichus. The lopotrichus is nothing but only one end. For example, if the bacteria will be present, only this is a flagella. This flagella is present in only in one end. That is tuft flagella, which is only present in one end. So that is nothing but a lopotrichus. Lopotrichus. So this type of flagella we are going to call it as lopotrichus. It is only in present in one end of the one end is known as lopotrichus. This is the correct option for this, not peritrichus, not atrachus, not amphitrichus. For this 12th question, so option D is the correct option for this question. Now I would like to move on another question. Okay, you can see. So this is a 13th question. See, match the column 1 and 2, select this. So match the following here. 13th question. You can see the in the 13th question, match the following. They have given. Sorry. So ascomycetes. Next to basidiomycetes, phycomycetes, basidiomycetes. Ascomycetes, as we all know that ascomycetes and phycomycetes, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. These are all the different classes, especially classes in case of fungi. So in previous sessions, we are already discussed about this particular one, right? So these are all the examples of different classes. So we need to match these column 1 and also column 2. Ascomycetes is a best example for Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is nothing but yeast. It is a scientific name. So next to Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes is nothing but a best example for albugo. Okay, it is nothing but one of the disease it will cause, albugo. Okay, next Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes is nothing but Ustiligo. Ustiligo is correct. Deuteromycetes. For this Deuteromycetes, the last left one, that is nothing but a Trichoderma. So now you can match this particular one. Ascomycetes is Saccharomyces. Okay, that is A2. A2. Okay, so A2, this is a correct. Next, B, that is fourth, that is Albugo, IV4. Okay, next to C, that is 1, C1, this is a correct. Next to D3, D3. Okay, so option B is the correct option for this question. Okay, this is the wrong option, this is the wrong option, this is the wrong option. For 13th question, option B is the correct option for this question. Okay, now I'd like to move on another question. Okay, 14th question. In Bentham and Hooker, classification was positioned in between the dicots and monocots. So what they are asking, in between the monocot and dicot, what they have placed, especially in Bentham and Hooker system. So whenever we are going to see this particular Bentham and Hooker, so he is focused on especially seeded plants, right? I think all of you know that. Seeded plants, even in the previous questions also we are already discussed. Based on the natural system of classification, natural system of classification. Okay, so the natural system of classification will be having a more number of traits as we are already discussed, right? So you can see here in the seeded plants, in genera of Plantarum, he has written on book genera of Plantarum. He has written especially the Bentham and also Hooker will be written on book, that is a genera of Plantarum. So in that genera of Plantarum, nearly they are discussed about described about 97,305 different kinds of species. Okay, so they have discussed, especially they are described in this much of seeded plants, species of seeded plants. So as we all know that the seeded plants, according to the classification they have placed, seeded plants are nothing but, whenever we are going to discuss about the seeded plants, we will come to know that is nothing but a gymno. Gymno is nothing but a naked. Spermia means seeded. Okay, gymno means we will come to know that is nothing but a naked. Okay, right? Okay, spermia means seeded, right? Okay, naked seeded we are going to call it as especially this gymnosperms. Okay, so in between the monocot and dicot, they have placed that gymnosperm is a gymnosperm will be placed, not bryophytes, not pteridophytes, not algae. The gymnosperm is a correct option for this question. Okay, so now I'd like to move on another question. See, 15. The term of glycocalyx is used for, so which is related to the bacteria. So most of you all know that. So see the solution of this particular question. See, the glycocalyx. First, we shall discuss about the glycocalyx. What is this? That we shall discuss here. It is nothing but a mucilase. Is outermost coating of bacterial cell. It is nothing but a outermost coating of bacterial cell. It is nothing but outermost coating. Okay, so outermost coating of bacterial cell. So which is rich in polysaccharides. Okay, rich in polysaccharides. Next, thick wall, tough mucilaginous called capsule. It is nothing but a gummy and also sticky. Gummy and also it is a sticky in nature. Gummy and also it is a sticky in nature. Straight to the cell usually. So in order to that, the layer is surrounded by a wall of cell wall of the bacteria. This is a correct option for this question because of it is the outermost coating of bacterial cell. So in order to that layer of surrounded by a cell wall, the bacterial glyco-engineered process, it is a wrong option. The cell wall of bacteria, of course, it is a cell wall of bacteria surrounded of the cell wall of the bacteria. So in order to that, this is a wrong. The layer present in between the cell wall and also membrane, this is a wrong. So correct option for 15th question is a D is the correct option for this question. Okay. So now I would like to, okay. So thank you, my dear students watching for this video. Thank you, Nandal, once again. Okay. With this, I wanted to end this session. Thank you, Nandal.